It's a beautiful day for the race. Tam is the favorite today.
Hey there, folks. It's Tam Soapbox, and today my first and hopeful of one of many opinion is going to be based on the lie that the racehorse industry can only survive with the casino industry. Perhaps the owners and trainers that have been enfolding the amount of money surrounding these casino purses are the ones that should find another place to make money. Racing was always referred to as a sport of kings, meaning the mentality of a king and applying it towards and for the love and challenge, not the purse money. For the past 20 years, I've seen the dark side of racing slowly taking over the focus, giving the old joke, what a horse designed by a committee is. New answer. Now it's syndicates, virtual capital groups, and needless to say, casinos too. The answer used to be a committee, and the old school trainer horsemen would roll their eyes back, expressing the disgust of the thought that any successful racehorse career would ever be made by a committee. The casino logic is much the same lie that we've all been given about the lotto, saving schools and education. But the amount the lottos show every week in all the stores leads people to think they can beat the odds and win. Look up the odds, folks. That's why you don't mess around with horses and train them unless you do, no matter what, love them, no matter what the outcome. I'll put it like this. I've always loved and played music, even got to the point of being a professional. But when I was 4 years old and started playing the piano, I didn't do it to make lots of money someday. I worked from 5 years old to 17 years old, and I got lucky. Got to go to a good school like Juilliard. That was great, but there are many great musicians that didn't go to Juilliard or make the amount of money Britney Spears makes today. But they don't whine and cry about the whole industry and beg for a casino bailout when racing was either the entrepreneur owner, like an E.P. Taylor, J.R. Hunt, and the like, or a mom and pop's farm that gave it all that they could to have a chance to have a race that they bred and loved. At least it was a tangible gamble, like the stock market. And by the way, I don't see the animal rights groups marching in Lexington to prevent carpet bombing, breeding, and racing, and ultimately then thousands more homeless horses being set loose. Side by side with everybody else, they should be marching with the Christians. They don't believe in gambling. What's the difference? If the animal rights people believe in saving the animals, then they should be marching side by side with the Christians that don't believe in gambling. The goal's the same, isn't it? This whole casino, home-driven breeding and racing promotes irresponsible behavior on the part of owners that could care less about horses. They just want to get lucky like the lotto tickets. But at least the lotto ticket isn't a living creature. In some states, the breeding programs are so succulent to the greedy money guy. If they could, they'd be breeding the cats on the farm too. We all know that gambling can be inviting to the sad part of racing when horsemen try to do their Ponzi scams or drive the odds different to cash a bet, or with the racing being made in the jocks room, all of which over the years has been sometimes been brought out into light for all to see. Now, by casino-driven corporations and politicians, we're going to promote the carpet-bombing breeding. As a child growing up, I always believed that a large part of the funny business that bad trainers, owners, grooms, and vets do in order to cash a bet, and now I guess the purses, it's always the horse that loses, even when they win. It's the most prestigious sport, and yet we have the realm of selfish and greedy seeming to spearhead our way through the next century.